Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Stephanie's Stamp Pad, where we get together and create a card. But today's is really more of a little tag with a little fun little twist. Here it is. It's a cute little French fry box. And if you open it up, it says a note for you. And then we've created a little tag that you can write a little message. Isn't that adorable? Imagine giving this to someone as a little gift, maybe adding a little gift card in the back. So much fun. Now, what do we need to create this card? First, we're going to use our French fry, French fry box by the Stamps of Life. We're also going to use my lively framelits that I designed for Sizzix. We're going to use the Stamps for Lively stamps. We're going to use this one right here. And then we're going to use one little tiny bitty stamp from this one, a note for you. And this is the, I believe this is called Phrases Stamp and Die Set. Okay, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to die cut our box. I always like to start with our what I call the foundation of the card. So we're going to lay that down, and at the same time, let's do two at once. We'll move that off to the side a little. Over here, what I've done is I've just folded a piece of white cardstock. So just a piece of white cardstock, folded it. I'm going to lay that down. Then I'm going to get the die that coordinates, and to die cut this, normally I would die cut it like that, right? But I'm going to create that hinge, ever so slightly leave a little tiny piece right there on the edge, that's going to be my little fold spot. So here you can see, ever so slightly, we have a little tiny hinge right there. So we're just going to add that right there. And we're going to run all of this through at once. Handy dandy. So we're going to get that. Now I'm going to use a lot of fun things. I'm going to use some cork flowers. I'm going to use some epoxy dots. I'm going to use another cork flower. And I have some twine and some lots of fun little stuff. Okay. So now here I have my cute little frame there. Now see, you can see I've added a little tiny hinge there. So that's going to create my card. Then I have my box, my French fry box. Okay. Now what we're going to do here is we are going to stamp our little sentiments on here. So we're going to get this out. And peel this up. Get this nice, oh, I love new stamps. They smell so good. Now this is the first time I've used this one. It's nice when I do videos, I always grab new stuff just to make sure I have all the pieces because I have a tendency to lose pieces. So we're going to stamp this first onto scratch paper. Make sure we get a nice, good, clean impression. Beautiful. Now we're going to stamp on our project. Now, of course, I'm using the Stamper's Secret Weapon that I designed for Sizzix. We want to make sure that we get a nice, beautiful impression. We're going to lay this down, and my head might get in the way a little bit, but I want to make sure I really line this up. And we're going to stamp right there. Now, normally I stamp first and then die cut, but because this one was on the hinge, I wanted to make sure I did it like that. But look how great that looks. Then we're going to add the little words, a note for you. So we're going to grab this out, and it's just this little one right here, a note for you. Peel that up, get a little tiny block. The smaller the stamp, the smaller the block. That way you have more control. And we want to find some scratch paper. Cute, okay. And we're gonna do this a little bit closer to the top. So we're right there, awesome. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're going to, and here you can see, in ours we use strawberry, I use cranberry, same idea though. And we have these cute little ladybugs. We just colored the little black pieces. This is from the gift card flip it set. And we just added a little piece of hand cut black to get that cute little piece on there. I'm going to add a little pop square, foam square, right behind him. And I'm going to add that to the front. Oh, came off. Let's add that, sticking to me instead of the ladybug. There we go. So now we have them there. Then we're going to, oh, now I got one stuck to me. Ugh. Okay, we're going to add the big flower to the top. Let's add it like that. And then we're going to add an epoxy dot to it because why not, right? So we're going to add a little epoxy dot, kind of mimicking the little ladybug. And then let's put our box together. Now, it's already scored all of these lines for me, so I'm simply just going to continue to fold those. And this one, now this one is a little bit tricky because it has these score lines that are more rounded and not straight. Straight score lines are easy to do, but this one is easy because you're just going to fold it like that. But this one, you just kind of let it go to where it wants to. I just kind of like let it play, kind of like let it just do what it wants to do. And then we're going to add adhesive to these two, and let's move this off to the side, these two flaps, that one and that one. Now, I like to add scratch paper underneath me because my adhesive is wider than that tab, so I'm just going to add adhesive to both sides of those. And I'm going to fold it back up, fold it, just kind of play with it, let the box go where it wants, and we're going to add that right there. See how I'm just lining that up against the edge? Give it a nice press. Kind of let that bottom go in, and then we're going to do the same thing for this side. This one's a little tricky just because of those weird score lines, but look at the cute little sample. Isn't that adorable? It's so much fun, and the little bottom, how it goes in like that. So then what we're going to do, let's bring our thing back. Then what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it with twine. I got a lot of twine here. So we're going to lay this baby down, and I like to wrap quite a bit. So we're going to lay this down and just wrap it. And that just adds a different little dimension to it. We're going to tie a cute little bow. Now, if I wanted to, I could have inked the edges of this box, which would have been really cute. I would have done that while it was flat. So I could have easily done that with the same color ink as the cardstock, which would have been sky in this case. So we're going to add our cute little bow. That side I don't even need to trim. This side, let's trim just a little. And let's add another little ladybug. So cute. We'll add that to the front. And then we're going to just add two more little flowers, and we are done. Can you believe how easy this one was? So we're going to add a little flower there, and a little flower, let's add it over here. And let's add in another little epoxy dot right here. That was easy peasy, wasn't it? Look at how cute that little box is. Adorable. You could add a little gift card in there, a note for you. Isn't that fun? I can see this for a teacher or just anybody. Just cute. Thank you so much for joining me for another project on Stephanie's Stamp Pad. I hope to see you again next week where we'll release a new video and we'll create again together. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.